general nerdery.
I'm just going to get out there and start off with that this is an incredibly spoiler-filled episode, even on the level of spoiler-filled episodes that we do, because the fucking official Doctor Who Facebook page spoiled me on the end of this season the day the episode came out.
Ooh. But also, listeners, I think we ended up doing this because we were all getting spoiled.
Yeah, I know.
So if you haven't been spoiled at this point, God, I love you. You're fucking incredible. You're killing it at life.
Stop listening right now if you don't want spoils.
Yeah.
The fucking still of the video was Billy Piper with the regeneration energy. There was just, that was a shock regeneration. It was like, the fuck is wrong with you?
See, yeah. I got spoiled, but not with the picture. It was just like me loading Google, and then it was like, why Ncuti is leaving Doctor Who, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I definitely spoiled you too, because I'm used to you being 6 months ahead of me on Doctor Who.
Yeah, Zach, the day after you told us that you got spoiled and that we needed to watch this, I was just checking my Facebook, and it recommended a Doctor Who fan community with the thing that it used to recommend was a news article that's header image was the Billy Piper regeneration. And I was like, well, now I'm spoiled too.
I luckily was only spoiled on the regeneration, not who he regenerated into.
Same.
That was a surprise for me. I thought they were going to leave it just as a hanger.
Me too.
It was oh, he's going to regenerate, but we'll see who it is in the special.
That may or may not be happening.
Right.
We will get to that, but that's probably towards the end because it's the final scene of the season. Welcome to General Nerdery, your podcast about liking things. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Steven.
Haha, you finally said it this time. Sorry. Steven with us, and as you heard, we have with us again Hydee.
Hello.
Yay, Hydee.
Yeah, we are here today talking the second half of Doctor Who Season 2 or Season 15 or Season 31 or I don't...
Yeah.
Wibbly wobbly timey-wimey.
Yeah.
Still going strong.
God, that I haven't even watched Jodie's season, and that fucking really worked for me.
I was super curious, but we will get there. So we have, what are the 4 episodes we have this time? We have
The Story and the Engine, the Interstellar Song Contest, Wish World, and the Reality War.
Okay. So, Story and the Engine, which, can you tell me who wrote this one real fast? Because I know they, picked someone really specific.
This was written by Inwa Ellams, who is a Nigerian-born British poet, playwright, and performer.
Awesome.
I believe Ncuti was like, hey, what if we got this guy to write an episode?
I think that's true.
And was appointed a member of the Order of the British Empire in 2023 for his services to the arts.
Damn.
Cool.
Guy's arting real good then.
Yeah.
So, Hydee and I were texting back and forth while I was watching this one, just being like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. I would put this as recency bias into consideration, but I would put this as maybe one of my favorite episodes of Doctor Who ever. I just think it's an absolutely brilliant episode, but it didn't work for Cece that well. She liked it, but it was not...
I liked it. I thought it was... Honestly, I think the whole back half of the season is stronger than the front half.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I also agree. Yes.
But of these 4, I found it the least interesting.
Huh.
I will also say I'm more in that camp. I kind of was distracted. I really, really loved the open of this episode, and getting to see Ncuti be in Africa and having to see his joy and elation of being part of that community was so beautiful to me that I kind of got distracted by how sad I was that I realized that oh, he's regenerating at the end of the season. I'm not going to get more of Ncuti. Well, I'm kind of just sad about this now. Honestly, that kind of distracted me from really loving that episode as much as I thought I was going to.
There were a lot of moments throughout the end of the season where I was like, I just want at least 2 more seasons of him, and now...
Cece did not know about the regeneration until it happened, because she's not chronically online like I am.
Yeah.
Good for her.
And I very carefully didn't say shit.
Good. Smart.
Smart.
So yeah, I admit I am a sucker for any time they're like, what if we let someone from a different culture write a story in a series that I like from like that culture's perspective more? Like, let's let an African man write a story about the Doctor in Africa or whatever. And so I admit, the moment I got that, I was like, yes, good. Just feed it into my soul. To the point that I was, like, aware that I was not watching this critically and just enjoying the, like...
Yeah. I probably watched this, like, 3 times just because I'm like, I'm paying attention to the wrong... Because I just couldn't... All I was paying attention to was, like, the storytelling, which I found really interesting. And I liked the way they did that. I thought it was a very beautiful episode. Like, visually.
I really loved the idea of, like, telling stories to power something.
Yes.
And seeing the stories appear on the... What was it, the window or whatever?
And that's the art I thought that was really cool. And the power of storytelling, I think, is something that isn't, I don't know, talked about in science fiction.
I
like
am a sucker for stories about storytelling.
I am too.
This is 100% the strongest, like, standalone episode of the entire season,
yes.
Yeah. I would agree with that. It's the strongest standalone of the entire season, but I feel like the strength of the season is how well, especially by the end, it all comes together, and this doesn't feel like it's a part of that.
No, this is
and I think that's due to the way it was constructed.
It's kind of like, you know, I relate it to like Van Gogh and the Doctor, and that's honestly, Van Gogh and the Doctor is like my top 3. But this probably made it into my top 10, I would say.
I would actually argue that the part of the strength of this one is it doesn't tie into the rest of the season as strong. Because I tend to think, similar to Van Gogh and the Doctor, sometimes when you're telling a roughly cohesive story across a season, it's nice to have those breather episodes.
Yes.
Ooh, I didn't want the breather at all in this one. It broke. I think that's part of what did it for me. Is it completely broke my concentration. I was just like,
interesting. Okay.
I want the story to keep going. If I didn't want the story to keep going, I wouldn't have kept watching the show.
See, I always like the little sidetrack episodes in Doctor Who.
I think you are both really correct.
Strong.
Is really the interesting part here.
Yeah.
And also like this does things. I love the deep lore. Anytime you're like, but what if you go further back?
Yes.
Which is how I have found myself reading about limited, like, little Star Wars bits of history. They're the equivalent of Alexander the Great, and they're like 100,000 years before the birth of the Republic, and I'm like, tell me everything.
Yeah.
Or getting really lost in real life, the Indus Valley civilization. So the idea of, like, an old companion that the Doctor we didn't really know about and was never really going to know about, and kind of just continuing that idea that there was more to history, more to that there's always more to the Doctor that we didn't know, really worked for me. Also, we got to see the fugitive Doctor, even if it was for fucking 2 seconds.
Yes.
And I love her.
I love her too.
Which I was curious, neither of you, did you even know about Joe Martin, the fugitive Doctor?
I am unfamiliar.
Okay.
I knew about her, but I haven't went through that storyline to get all the details myself yet. That was one of those things that, like, when it was happening, I'm chronically online, and I was like, oh, okay, shit, cool.
It's pretty bad. So, okay, there's that moment where he realizes that woman is the daughter of Anansi, who, like, he won in a bet or something like that on accident. And then it shifts, and he's like, you look way different. And she's like, you're one to talk. And it shifts, and it's a black woman talking for a second there.
Okay, yes.
Being like, frankly, darling, I was busy. So during the Jodie era, sorry, this is a spoiler, we find out that there is a whole history of the Doctor that we were unaware of when Jodie meets a previous version of herself that she has no memory of.
Wild. That'll be fun to see.
A pre-first Doctor.
Yeah.
Who is Joe Martin, the fugitive Doctor. Now, it once again completely breaks Doctor Who continuity, and not in the, like, people are like, no, that was the first, like, there's been signs there have been other Doctors we didn't know about. What I mean is, the Doctor's TARDIS did not look like the blue police box until the first Doctor's first episode.
Right.
Joe Martin's TARDIS is the police box.
Yeah.
And it's also the same TARDIS that she had before.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot of like, what, how, where, confusing, don't know what's going on here. I kind of, for fun, tried to come up with it of basically like everything the TARDIS said in the episode where the TARDIS comes to life and reveals that she kidnapped the Doctor as much as he stole the TARDIS.
Right.
Is true. She's just talking about way earlier in their history than he knew.
Yeah.
And kind of just like found her again as opposed to like, oh, I'm going to steal this old TARDIS, but like that one. Like, I don't know. It's Doctor Who. You can't really take Doctor Who canon as gospel. Like,
no.
It just doesn't work. And you just have to accept the time travel aspect
It's
of it
wibbly wobbly,
timey-wimey. Yeah, exactly.
Don't think about it
It's
too
just-
hard.
I was about to say, this sounds a little bit more like a Jeremy Bearimy, though.
It does sound a little Jeremy.
Yeah,
Bearimy.
it does.
They're still using Mavity, and it makes me so angry.
Thank you. I got so
love
mad.
it. I'm so happy.
Cece
No.
loves it too. I hate it.
the Mavity. It's so dumb.
I was going to bring that up later.
That's why I love it.
because
It's so dumb.
No, it's interesting, though, because I was mostly going to bring it up later because, to me, that still shows, when we get to the end of this season, I feel like it shows that the timeline is still off by a degree.
Yeah, although does he say Mavity after the
No, nobody says the word gravity after, but like the episode before, they're still saying Mavity.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's mostly RTD being a dick, but like,
Oh yeah, no, it's totally RTD just like being like funny.
Yeah,
Or thinking he's
it's
funny.
fucking very funny. It's very funny. I love it.
okay. This is going to be the very white person in me talking, but I'm trying to do it in like it's part of the thing of this episode that I have to be careful with because like I know that Africa is a place full of people, so it's got its good parts, it's got its bad parts, it has its positives and negatives and things that needs work and places where Africa's getting fucked and all that. But I'm like watching this barbershop, and yes, it's been kidnapped and gone to hell, and that's all bad. But like looking at this town and watching this barbershop, I'm like, that looks so much better than American civilization, and I'm so done with it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would value a country that had a more sense of community across the board.
Yeah.
well, and it's interesting because I don't live in the community anymore. I live 30 miles out from the people I consider my community. I don't like my neighbors, what little I know them.
Right.
Like, and I don't interact with them much. So, like, I have moved farther away from community. And I don't necessarily want more community because I'm keeping in touch with the people that I want to, keep in touch with. But then I watch something like this and I'm like, that's what I want in life. Like,
So this was one of those things, when I was watching this episode, though, I was like, oh, they definitely got a really good non-white writer because the
Yes.
place for stories is the barbershop.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I definitely watched that movie Barbershop a lot when I was like 17.
I've never seen it, weirdly enough.
I don't know if it's actually good or not.
I don't think I've seen it. I don't know.
It's fucking.
I remember it existing, but
God, who is that? That's the guy from Friday.
Ice Cube's in it. I was thinking like Cedric the Entertainer.
Ice Cube and Cedric the Entertainer and a couple
okay.
other people, and it's.
That seems weird that I haven't seen that.
I
gonna rectify
probably
this.
saw it in high school and just like forgot.
Could not tell you if it was good. Could
I'm
not.
sure it's
I'll find out.
And I'll find out if there's a Prim's Hood Cinema about it. I'm sure there is.
But I, it's the same kind of like, oh, like that community, that place to gather that I really appreciate. It's interesting that it's the barbershop as much as it is.
So the twist was interesting, but I kind of liked the first version that the barber told more, where he was Anansi and all of the storyteller gods, and not just like the dude that was used by all the storyteller gods.
I thought it was fun, like, because these two seasons have had such a run of I am the god, or meeting the gods, the various, the toy maker, the cartoon thing, the maestro, the whoever. So having someone who also has encountered the gods so much, but in a completely different way, I thought added a level of, like, dimension to the gods, even if we don't ever see him really interact with them, but just the way that it made me think of a line from J.N. Straczynski's Thor run of, it's not up to gods whether man exists, it's up to man whether gods exist. And having, like, because we see the Doctor, but the Doctor is the one that beats the gods all the time, even if he's always like, nope, I'm fucked. Like, the one time the Doctor thinks he's fucked is when it's a god character. And having someone who was part of them, I guess. Like, it just... Also, the scene where he does that and, like, is really intimidating, and then the Doctor and Belle burst out laughing, and I'm like, you have become acclimated to traveling with him, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
I think that the one other part that didn't work for me is that is kind of the ending, because we've already had this ending this season. We gave Lux everything he wanted, and it ended it. So they beat it this time by giving him the power of the Doctor's story, and it overpowers the engine. We kind of already saw that with Lux.
Yeah, I guess it could be a theme of the season,
of, like, the
though,
gods,
like,
right?
of the...
It's like if you give the deity all your offerings. And
I guess,
things
though,
happen.
they didn't
I don't
really
know.
follow that through later on, so I'm stretching. I do think it's an interesting, like...
And it doesn't seem like that's like a through line with the Maestro either, now that I'm thinking about it.
No, it's just, like, Lux and this one, and I guess maybe Omega, because they're hitting him with the energy that summons him, but
Yeah,
I'm going
that
to...
one's kinda...
I'm reaching, I admit.
Yeah.
I think the theme of this one of hurt people, which is sometimes a dangerous theme to play with, because it is really used sometimes to minimize or write off people who have been hurt.
It
But-
can be a cop-out, but I think it worked.
It's not untrue, but it can be used to fuck over people at the same
Yeah.
time. But I think that was an interesting examination, even if I was like, y'all are a little too forgiving of this man that kidnapped you for...
A lot, yeah. I mean, I guess they were just, like, so excited to, like, get the fuck out of there.
Also,
but...
I have questions about the timeline. How long have you guys been gone, and is that guy's mom okay?
Yeah.
I did definitely be like, oh, she's dead.
Like, he needed to get money to go pay her hospital bills.
She actually just went to the retirement home for bears.
Oh,
Okay,
perfect.
good, sweet. Okay, she'll be taken
If
care
you've
of
not
there.
watched Paddington, it actually is really worth watching.
Really?
Yeah.
All three. All three are
Stephen
fucking
badgered
incredible.
us into doing a Paddington episode, and it was actually really nice.
Okay.
But
I need nice. Maybe.
Paddington.
Okay.
Charming.
It's
delightful.
very...
What,
anyway,
what is it streaming on?
I'll have to look it up.
Could
and
not
I'll-
tell you
if,
offhand.
if it's not streaming, I have at least the first one.
He did
and
buy
I
me a
can-
copy of it.
And I'll lend it to you.
That's
But I agree with what Tyler was saying. I do think that part of what worked for this one is, one, visually... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Netflix.
oh,
Hell yeah.
thank you.
Visually, I think this is one of the prettiest episodes they filmed in a while, even if it is a lot more, like, reserved.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
is gorgeously
Oh,
shot
beautiful.
and paced, and I think that's part of what worked for me. And for me, that little... Especially because this is where I was, like, jumping back in. I mean, all of us were jumping back in, because
Yeah.
this was our halfway point. This was a nice little, like, palate cleanser for me right before we went into what's functionally a 3-part finale, even
Yeah.
though it's 3 separate stories.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely an amazing episode. Just of these 4 was my least.
Fair.
Yeah.
And same.
I love it when, like, one of us loves something, the other one's like, it was good, because we're so desperate to be like, you are correct in your opinions.
I'm not disagreeing. I just have a separate opinion.
Which is totally fine.
We're so weirdly... Okay. The Interstellar Song something...
The Intergalactic Song Contest? Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Interstellar Song
Yeah, there we go.
Contest.
I have seen more of the Dugga Dugga Doo video
Oh God.
because
Excellent.
RTD hates it, but Murray Gold just sent it because Murray Gold is the musician for this entire show. And he, I guess, just sent that in one day for like, here's for the Interstellar Song Contest. And it's only like 45 seconds, but it is just Dugga Dugga Doo, Dugga 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 Doo.
my God.
And they made a little video and they've got like Hydee dancing to it, being like, this is actually really good.
Oh, that's
Like,
cute. This one was written by Juno Dawson, which I found it interesting. They're bringing in more writers. And I feel like maybe, no offense to Davies, but I feel like when there are episodes where they do bring in other writers, I feel like they're usually stronger. Not always.
So this one felt like it had a lot to say about the European Song Contest
Yes.
and Palestine and not being able to perform.
Not just Palestine, but definitely Palestine.
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
Ukraine. With that one,
Right.
I feel like that was when this was written. That felt like
Palestine.
that's probably what it was.
Sure, but also like colonialism and
Correct.
Yep.
the whole honey thing really hit to certain points of
Yeah.
like basically the British Empire exists because they wanted fucking nutmeg.
Yes.
Like a lot of the conquering of East Asia was like going after spices.
Spices.
Nutmeg was the biggest one because it was used in a bunch of things, but cloves, oil, other spices around there. Like the spice trade literally conquered and fucked over Eastern Asia in ways that we are still feeling today, 500 years later. And the whole like they did this for honey flavor. I recently listened to a thing about a shipwreck called the Batavia, and it went into the whole spice trade deeply, and it talked about how those islands were literally destroyed for nutmeg. So this was destroyed for honey really hit home for me. Like, that was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I know exactly. Because, like, it's that thing when we're watching British television. Sometimes I am getting the messages, and sometimes I'm like, you're saying something, but I don't know enough about your culture's history for me to, like, exactly understand. And this one I was like, oh, I get it. Similar in America, the way that we destroyed Central America for bananas
Yes.
with Chiquita, the United Fruit Company. One of the like most evil companies in the world, and it really felt because they just call it what, the corporation in this, like they don't even.
Yeah, it's literally only ever referred to as the corporation.
I feel like this one could have been 2 episodes.
I feel like this one
Yes.
wanted to be 2 episodes. I
Yeah.
feel like this one had a wildly quick like
Everything
resolution.
moved, if there's anything bad about it, is it went all too quickly.
Yeah, there's certain things that's just like, well, that's just wrapped up now.
As a quick side note, I would have happily just watched an episode that was just aliens singing.
Just the song
songs.
contest, like the
when I was like,
alien
oh shit's starting to
Eurovision.
happen. I'm like, no, I wanted to see the lady sing. Like,
And I also liked in the beginning when like they realized where they were. The Doctor and Belinda were both like, "We're staying."
yeah, I love that Belinda is coming to enjoy
Yeah.
this life. That is coming to enjoy this. Like, even if she's like, I need
Hey,
to
I
go
need
home.
to get home.
But
But
it's
she's
this one where
enjoying-
she's like, I've never told him he's wonderful. Like, this is, it's fun watching, because even in the old series, there were companions that didn't want to travel with the Doctor, but for the most part, they just didn't even like him that much. They were just like, get me the fuck out of here.
That's true.
And not, I mean, they would tend to like him after a while.
Yeah,
But like,
but Belinda truly adores him.
yeah,
she
she's
just
like, you're
needs
great.
to get home.
I just don't want to
I
fucking
got
die.
shit to do.
Yeah, I got shit to do.
I really love the couple that got booted out of the seats.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
the little gay couple. that-
Yes.
Yeah, they were great.
Just their repertoire back and forth was really good. Of like, I've never gotten to see you at work. That's because if you are, you're seriously injured and or dying.
And the
Yeah, their
the
banter was
very like old school argument, the couple argument of like this the stuff that could lead to the end of a relationship of like, you know, these things are important to me, but you're not taking it
Serious.
seriously. And I get that it's a music thing, but like it means a lot. And then getting that reminded. I like that we didn't get too much on them, even though they were maybe the best part of this episode. Because sometimes with Doctor Who, it's fun to see just the little ways that he, like, changes the people around him.
Like, he's like, these people will never be companions, but he has still touched them in a way that their lives will probably be changed forever now.
Also, they desperately want to fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Ncuti, I get it.
I get it.
I mean,
I am
he's
ambiguously
gorgeous.
clear at best, and I'm so like, yes,
Yeah.
Ncuti, whatever you
He's
want, buddy.
right? Gorgeous.
I'd be so lucky to. Yes.
I did want to say one thing about the writer of this episode. She is a trans woman.
Oh,
And I thought that was really cool. Thought that was interesting. She's also a writer, and she's written like Doctor Who audio and also like a lot of young adult fiction and nonfiction.
Nice. You can see some trans allegory in this too, even if it's very like the Hellions?
Yes.
Which I thought was a little on the nose, being the Hellions and the poppies and the whatever.
Yeah.
But also, like, whatever. It's Doctor Who. I'm not here
Yeah.
for subtlety.
No.
I did like the horns that they had. Like, I just thought that was a nice, simple way of doing
Also, a really interesting way of doing horns.
out from the back and up forward.
I've never seen that iteration. Like, they're always out of the front or like at the top of the skull. I've never at the like base back of it.
I was sure the woman had not, the singer who had her horns cut off, I thought she was just hiding them under her hair.
Same.
For the
I was
whole
like,
time.
Yeah, she had enough hair to do
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
done
she
on
was telling us,
purpose,
like, yeah,
like,
okay. Or as soon as she was like, but maybe some of the Hellions aren't bad. I was like, oh, she's a Hellion, and that's a wig, and that's it's a hat that's covering her head.
Nope,
Okay, got it.
it's fucking way more terrifying.
Yeah.
The gal that was the Liz Lizardine, the one of the first ones we see, the one that weirdly uncomfortably reminded me of JoJo Siwa.
The I love you but my heart says
Dude,
no
you're
or
not
something.
wrong.
Oh, you
though.
are not wrong. I didn't
Reese-
clock it, but you're not wrong.
I wouldn't be
She was
surprised.
Janice Goblin.
Good for her.
She was what?
The goblin singer lady. From,
Oh,
That's so
that's
good.
great. I love that.
Not a huge thing, but oop, that's a pun I didn't mean to make that I feel bad about. But like, I've noticed stuff like hiring little people to be in these episodes where being a little person has nothing to do with their.
They're not an
Character.
alien.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
just
They're
A
just
person.
Yeah,
Person.
ranging from the science advisor in the wheelchair who. That's just, she's a science advisor in a wheelchair. Yes, she has fucking rockets in her wheelchair, but that's because it's Doctor Who.
yeah, she works for UNIT.
Her, like, just, and like, the person, she's the one that was running the Interstellar Song Contest. She doesn't seem like a good person. She doesn't seem like a bad person. She's just a person.
She's a person doing her job and is obviously trying to mitigate a bad situation.
But it's sad
best
to
she
me
could.
that, like, that stuck out to me, just seeing that in the wild. Because it's so rare to see on TV that any inclusion feels like a thing. But I'm still glad to see it happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's, yeah. I'm back and forth on, like, I don't actually, there's parts of this episode that don't work for me because I think it's almost too on the note, like places where they're trying to make a statement. We were watching this and Cece kept yelling, RTD has things to say about society throughout the entire 4
I
episodes.
kind of like that.
I do too, but like, and I'll get to it in a sec, but the one scene that really stuck out to me in this was when they pop the bubble and you see fucking 10,000 people just floating into space, and I was like, oh, this episode's not fucking around.
No.
Like,
This
I was
isn't fun and can't be. I mean,
they're gonna they have to undo this to an extent because that's too far for Doctor Who. But that image is just like
I kind of
imprinted.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of saw it as Davies knowing like, hey, this may be the last season. I mean, hopefully not, but I think he knows that it could be, and he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna say what I want to say.
Yeah.
and I'm going to let other people say what they want to say. And that's totally what he did, and I really appreciate that.
So, Kid, the one guy, the
I
terrorist
laughed
man.
really hard when they were like a baby goat.
Like a baby. Yeah.
And the fucking real turn that it's because his mother died before she could name him, and it's just the kid that was with her. Is like, fucking A. That's
it's like
a
you
little
should have just gone
heavy-handed
with
there.
You should have just gone with the goat.
You should have just gone with the goat. That would have been.
Kid didn't quite work for me because they didn't quite, and I guess maybe this is the point of it. Like, I'm not saying RTD is wrong, but like, you never quite land on where he is. Like, the doctor writes him as basically just like, you're a sociopath who's using a cause to justify your actions.
Yeah.
And I think he's right, but he might not be, and it's never quite like, and I guess that's accurate because it's not like,
It's just one of those things where I think the kid thing falls into, I wish this episode just had more time and was a
Yeah.
two-parter.
Same. That was one of the things where I felt like it. Well,
yeah.
that happened, and now we're here. Kind
I
of
mean,
just
you know,
wrap that up real fast.
I think it's kind of not stereotypical, but just like the story of like, oh, this person feels wrong, so therefore they feel like killing everyone is
And I
justified.
feel like his motivation, what I was getting from it was that he honestly believed he was trying to do good, but he was not aware of the fact that he was just raging.
Right.
Like, he was justifying his actions through these things, but he was just a person trying to hurt people because he was hurt. Which, like we said, is kind of a running theme of this
It's
season.
definitely
well,
the
and it's a
theme.
truth of stuff like this, where when a culture is being destroyed for bullshit reasons, there are people who will lash out, but it's kind of hard to like tell them they're wrong, even if they're doing stuff that you're like, that is wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted
Oh,
you.
no, you're fine. It felt to me like they wanted him to be Killmonger.
Yeah, from Black Panther.
But we
I
just
don't know.
didn't have enough time to work at that.
Yeah.
Well, and part of the reason why Killmonger worked is Africans are a real people. Like, we can just look at that history and be like, yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
saying that you're right, but like, you got a point. Well, it's just...
I technically can't disagree with everything you're saying. I wish you wouldn't murder people, though.
But like, I don't know, it's just so...
And it's kind of and then past that with the doctor torturing the kid a bit, that was like, are you trying to give us like a family of blood moment, but we didn't get a two-parter to reach up to this?
That's it. I think as more than anything else, that scene didn't work for me, which is disappointing because when I saw Ncuti get ice in his veins, I was like, fuck, yes, it's time for Ncuti to have his Peter Capaldi moment. And at first I was like, wow, I don't think he's as good as no one's as good as the Peter Capaldi moment as Peter Capaldi is. Like,
Yeah.
he does the Doctor at his most righteous fury, whether it's deserved or not, better than any other Doctor does.
Yeah.
It's the eyebrows.
It really is the attack eyebrows, but like,
Absolutely is the eyebrow.
and the accent, like,
Yeah.
and but like,
And just being the fuckety bye doctor.
yes, but like, I don't know. We have seen the Doctor do insanely dark shit before, and when he did his little speech, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna go down. But it was just torture. Like, it was not even like interesting. I know interesting torture is a horrifying statement, but like,
I mean,
you know, trapping someone in a mirror so you see them just vaguely in your reflection for the rest of time versus like,
Shock.
I'm gonna electroshock you 10,000 times for every person you just killed.
And
and also this doctor is more like the Labrador Retriever doctor. You know what I mean? So I
Sure,
feel like it was more out of character for this doctor than any of the others, and maybe I think that's why it didn't really hit right.
That's why I thought it would be so interesting to see him, like, because I had that moment of like, oh, but when she's like, that's not my doctor. Like, Belinda's never seen that side of the Doctor that
No.
does come out. So just the torture being something that you would do at Abu Ghraib instead of, I mean, yeah, sure, he did it with hologram technology, but like doing it with Abu Ghraib instead of whatever bizarre fucking science fiction horror story he comes up with for The Family of Blood is the perfect example. It just felt so cheap, and then not writing it off, but her being like, that scared me, and he's like, yeah, I got kind of triggered by flashbacks of my entire culture dying, not mentioning the fact that he's had that happen to him twice now.
Oh, yeah.
3 times if you follow the books, but so like I get it. You're right. It's another one that there's multiple episodes this season that should have been 2-parters that weren't.
I feel like that's probably going to end up being like Disney not giving them enough runway.
Yeah, they only got 8 episodes because the budget was so
or
much
at
bigger
least
per
if
episode.
they got them like 20 minutes longer, just like
Something
a little
like that.
bit.
That said, I really liked that they were only 50 minutes still for an episode, and some of them, like, I paused it and was like, this has to be, like, almost through the episode, right? And it was just halfway through. Like, it was just the amount that they packed into an hour in a way that worked for me for the most part. But yes, there were some episodes that just needed more.
Yeah.
It did make me want to go rewatch my favorite Eurovision performance, so.
What's your favorite Eurovision performance?
2005 when Lordi won with Hard Rock Hallelujah.
Oh, nice.
Technicolor by Montaigne.
That's a great one. Mine's Dowdy Ferris from that same year.
I've not watched a lot of Eurovision. I just really like Montaigne, so I tracked that one down.
I feel very left out. I don't have
It's people singing songs. It's great.
I know.
But
You like ABBA?
I mean, yeah.
It was probably one of the ones they did then.
That's fair.
It's a safe bet of a band I think you've heard their song and probably enjoy, and we'll just
That
say
was
it.
great.
At least some of you I've introduced to Joe Hendry, the wrestler. He has his I Believe in Joe Hendry song. He tried to get into Eurovision with
That
it.
would've
They
been so
almost
great.
pulled it off.
Oh my
that
god,
would
as
be
an
so
American
fucking
entry?
He's Scottish, but
Oh, okay. Dark. So my brain's a little American centric, apparently.
I believe. Well, you've only seen him in an American wrestling company, so it makes sense.
Well, that's my blind sight, and I should do better.
That would have been so great.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm definitely watching that Lordi performance after this. That's definitely happening.
One, when the place where Ncuti's angry doctor really did work is when he's just doing his like wild typing sciencey stuff and scaring the absolute piss out of the nice but grumpy gay couple.
Yeah.
Of like, you, what's your name? Gary. I like you, Gary. Oh, thank God. And I'm like, you know what? In fairness, they met him 5 minutes ago.
Right.
And he's a little scared.
He's terrible. Like, they saved his
And
life.
before that,
He
like,
gave
he
him-
stole their seats.
He
so.
unfroze himself and shot himself out of space into their fucking thing on
with
a
a confetti cannon after
True.
stealing their seats.
After stealing their seats.
Set their life safe.
Yes.
Threatened to murder someone repeatedly. And then, like, went into an angry rant science magic thing.
I'd be a little intimidated.
A little bit.
Oh, how did we not... Bringing up the confetti cannon. After being egged on to make sure that he survives by Susan Foreman.
That's the thing I was going to ask, because I knew what this was.
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure at first, and then they said something that they said.
Well,
Susan.
she does call him grandfather like
Yeah.
12 times.
Yeah, I at first we were like, is that Susan? I think this is Susan, and then he does call him grandfather. It was, oh, that's definitely Susan.
That is the very first companion. That's his granddaughter from the very first episode, which we should really watch the very first
Wait,
episode.
like
of
the
Doctor
same
Who.
actor?
Yes. That's
Oh.
Carol Ann Ford.
I did not know that part.
That's...
Wow.
she's
Susan.
like 88. She might not be
So
that old,
cool.
but she's in her 80s.
She would have to be. I mean,
She's fucking ancient. She was in the first 2 seasons of Doctor Who.
yeah.
Left
and,
Behind.
I mean, she was like an older teenager, but like
She
still.
appeared in the 20th anniversary special,
How
The
old
Five
is she?
Doctors.
85.
Okay.
Good for her.
Hell yeah.
She looks good for
She
85.
looks great.
Like,
That's why I didn't think that it was her because I mean I don't know.
It's the time travel.
dude,
It's-
the other ones are alive too. The guy who played her teacher shows up at the end of Jodie's final episode.
Oh.
He's in the companion support group at that final bit. So they've like they've got the last 2 living members of that
That's
episode
amazing.
on the show in the last like 5 years.
That's really
so
cool.
cool.
I loved seeing Carol Ann Ford. I think it's hilarious that she's like, grandfather, come find me, all of this. She's still in the same body. I have to assume still centuries later
I mean,
for her.
She's
He's
much
gone.
better at living than him.
Yeah, because he
Oh.
left her on a Dalek war zone.
She's much, much better at living than him.
He left her behind on a Dalek conquered
did he?
Earth
oh, that's right.
because she had fallen in love with a human freedom fighter who was facing the Daleks.
huh?
Weird.
And then she's still in that body. And who knows, maybe it's only like timey-wimey, only been like a few hundred years for her. But she's going to be like, grandfather, you found me after all of this time. It's my human body. And you're like, you're a black guy now. You're on 15 bodies later.
I do love that the implication is that, like, they just still age, but, like, slowly.
Yeah, because like we saw.
It's
Old
only a
Man
couple
Matt's-
hundred years later.
Yeah, we saw old man Matt Smith.
It's only a couple hundred years later. And she's just a little older.
Yeah,
But never regenerated.
Just
because she never had to die. I guess.
She's just that good.
the whole
Yeah.
question. There's a lot of questions about Susan, anyways, especially with the
Right.
revelation at the end that the Time Lords are sterile. And like that's not really been. That was an old plot point that got
I
abandoned.
feel
that
like I
got
just
worked
kind of
back in.
assume that. I don't know why.
But like the doctors talked about having been a
Nothing about them
parent
says they fuck.
before.
You know?
Everything about David Tennant says he fucks in
Oh.
and out of Doctor Who.
David Tennant fucks. David Tennant's doctor does fuck.
The
But
Time, Lords, as a whole.
Time Lords as a whole
Do not
Okay,
fuck.
I'll give
are
you that.
very chaste.
Yes.
There's no way to...
Rassilon's a gooner.
100%. Maybe not the Timothy Dalton version. He played Bond. He fucks. You come to this show for the witty repartee and the really deep thoughts about Doctor Who. The song at the end, I'm gonna sing this song that the corporation won't allow to. It was pretty, but it didn't. And there was no way for them to make this land because it's a song of a culture that doesn't actually exist.
Right.
It was bold of them to try, and I get from a storytelling perspective why they were like, this is a way to finish this.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of killed it for me, though. It just...
It didn't really. It did nothing for me.
It didn't
so.
give the same energy I was hoping for the
No.
finish.
It was no Goblin song.
Yeah, literally, yes. And that's the thing. We've seen so many other good songs that they drop in there. Fucking... Even just Ncudi's Doctor-specific theme, which is so good.
Yes.
Yeah, I honestly expected that song to be a little better.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything it's not bad, and I understand not writing trying to write a real fucking song that has English language lyrics.
And if it was a real culture being this is a culture that's been genocided and sang it, that probably in real life would hit. But because it's just the limitations of a one and done.
I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
The Fifth Element. That song fucking slaps. It's not English. I imagine maybe there's some Italian
If it was
opera
the
scene.
Diva Plava Laguna song,
You literally could have just put
it
that
might-
song in, and it actually would have been a lot better.
It might tonally not fit in her song where she's crying about the death of her species. Which, man, one of our coworkers plays that every Saturday in the kitchen, and I am here for it.
I know
in
who
the
it
mornings.
is, and I love it.
that's amazing. I
Yep.
need to put that on in the grocery more
She's
often.
got that and Across the Universe. And
She does also have the theme song to Drake and Josh.
It's wild. It's great.
It's
Love
a
it.
wild smattering
I want
of
to get
music.
Carissa on this podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I'll talk her up. I'll feel that.
Which one?
Carissa
like-
with a K.
Okay. Yeah.
Not the one who gave you bleach.
Yeah.
And then the TARDIS blows up.
And then the TARDIS blows up. Also, very big bi-generation at the end of the episode.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Mrs. Flood.
Also, real
Miss
quick,
Flood.
even real quick before
Mrs.
that,
Flood.
the fact that they're like, "Can you use this pod to regenerate or to bring people back 10,000 times?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like,
and take a while. But
Oh my
yeah.
god, that's so. And they're like, what if we use the pods to be faster? And I'm like, that's still so long.
Yeah.
I do like a lot of the alien work, the alien makeup in this was really good, and a
great.
lot of it was like subtle. Like the cat lady that was with, I assume, the Eurovision guy. I don't actually know who that man is.
He's a real actor, and like
That's
I think
what I
he's a
assumed.
television presenter of some sorts.
But like hers was very minimalistic, even for like cat makeup in Doctor Who. But
That's
I thought it was
true.
gorgeous.
I
I
thought it was
thought it was
really good.
really good.
Yeah, I liked it. And
Yeah.
I was like, yay, the cat people are back.
Okay, so yeah,
Also some Zygons.
Yeah.
some Zygons, some people that just had grasshopper heads.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I really
do.
like the species. I like the variety of aliens that we got. It was very fun.
yeah, Mrs. Flood, which one, just having her pop up and be like, is he gone? Thank God, it's time to go. Gonna regenerate. I had been spoiled on this. I spoiled you on this
You
on
did, you
accident.
spoiled me on
That's
this one.
I had been spoiled on who she was. I wasn't spoiled on the bi-generation and the fact that there was suddenly going to be 2 Ronnie.
okay.
I had not been spoiled on this, but I knew who the Ronnie was because you have told me about the Ronnie.
That was my
previously.
okay. Yeah, she's come up in some word balloons episodes. That was my other question, Hydee, because I never know what you know of the original series.
I know bits. I know things.
It's kind of the best you can do, anyways.
Yeah.
Like it's. So, did you know? Have you encountered the Ronnie?
I know about the Ronnie.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I have seen both of her. Wildly, she's only in 2 sets of episodes. She's only in 2 stories.
Wow.
I mean, she was introduced in the Sixth Doctor's era, and
Yes.
there was only like, from the beginning of the Sixth Doctor, there was 4 seasons after that.
Well, that makes sense.
Both 6 and 7 only had 2 seasons
Yeah.
each. So the Ronnie in the original story, and actually they changed her character pretty significantly in this one, like her goals, kind of. Because the Ronnie is literally just like, okay, the Doctor is the adventurer out there to be the hero, the Master is his dark opposite. They're the 2 ends of the spectrum. She's like the 3rd point on the axis because her stuff is a lot closer to the Master when it comes to like good or evil, but she's not about conquering the universe or whatever. She's about knowledge. She's like Mengele more than anything. She's about like science and learning at all costs, as opposed to like the Doctor wants to know everything.
The
Yeah.
Doctor, but without morality.
But with morality, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But like the Master is the Doctor without morality, but like I want to conquer, I want to kill. She's I want to know everything, but fuck anyone who's gonna get in my way in the meantime.
No,
There's the
Empathy.
Doctor and the Master, and she's what if the Master acted like the Doctor?
Kind of,
But with,
yeah.
but with no empathy.
But what if the Doctor was the Yeah, it's
So she's the Venn diagram of the
Yes.
Doctor and the Master.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
but not in a good way.
The
It's
Doctor's
like if you were able to, like that Venn diagram, but like
But
that
then-
kind of ends up with like a neutral person.
she's
Yeah,
the
she's the evil.
she's the Doctor's curiosity with the Master's morality,
Yeah.
which makes you kind of more terrifying,
Right.
but kind of less interesting.
And no empathy.
Like, yeah,
And
exactly.
the-
That's what I mean by like the
Yeah.
morality. and-
Yeah. Because the Doctor has like an excess of empathy, and she has negative.
And like this is jumping forward, but the place because she's like, oh, I'm summoning this god. I'm like, that doesn't super work. But the fact that she's willing to just blow up the earth because she wants to see what's underneath.
Yes.
And her entire purpose is basically let's just see what's underneath. That was the one moment where I was like, yes, you are the Ronnie. The reason this makes me laugh that they did this, and I think this was Russell T Davies going, fine. Because anytime there was a woman that they did not immediately say who it was in Doctor Who, since he took over, everyone's like, it's the Ronnie. Missy first showed up before it was figured out that she was Missy and the Master. Everyone's like, it's the Ronnie. When the John Sims Doctor dies and we see his ring taken away by a woman with like red fingernails,
It's
like
Ronnie.
it's the Ronnie, and he's always like, it's not the Ronnie. It's never gonna be the Ronnie. Stop saying that. And I think there was
It's
some
Mephisto.
yes, it is Doctor Who's It's Mephisto. And I think there might have been some rights issues because sometimes rights things can be a little
Yeah.
weird with Doctor Who. But also, he just didn't find her. He's like, she's shittier the Master. Like, I'll just use the Master instead. And then
Also,
finally,
I feel like at this point the Master's overused, but
I'm glad we haven't seen them for a few seasons.
I like when the Master comes up, but
Every other Doctor seems to be a pretty good amount of using. Like 11 never, like 10, 11 never did. 12 met them.
yeah.
13 did meet them. 15 or 14 and 15 never met him. When they bring the Master back next time, I'll be like, all right,
Yeah.
it's time. Like,
But I like that they used someone different and also someone that, well, the Doctor had seen before.
I will say over the next couple episodes where we do have the Ronnie, I was just like, this is great, but I wish she was as charismatic as fucking Michelle Gomez was as Missy.
yeah, well, that's asking a lot.
That
That's
is
Michelle
I
Gomez.
know. I realized that was unrealistic of me to hope, but I was
Also,
like,
I almost just wish she was as charismatic as Mrs. Flood.
that as well.
Yeah, by generated Ronnie.
Does the job. It's fine.
And she
It's
does
fine.
what the
Mrs.
Ronnie.
Flood is better.
And she
Yes.
does what the Ronnie is supposed to do, which is to be the, like, tight ass one.
Yeah.
The, like, but yeah, you notice Mrs. Flood is the one that he saves at the end of this, so they can bring her back if they want to.
Yeah.
Because she just bounces after she watches the other.
I'll just see myself
What just
out.
happened? Yeah, peace suckers.
It was weird to me that she was immediately like, all right, I'm the inferior one now. Like, that made no sense to me, but I guess the Ronnie is a bitch from hell, so, like...
I mean, yeah.
Okay, what's the...
Wish World.
And
I-
this is the Davies one.
I hate Conrad.
Oh, Conrad is a monster.
We've already
Yeah.
covered it. I hate Conrad so much.
But I love that Conrad is used to speak to so much real life social commentary.
Yeah, this was another... Russell T. Davies has something to say about society.
Which I liked.
This one, as it went through that opening where we find out where the baby came from and everything, I was like, somebody's read some Terry Pratchett. He's a sorcerer.
Yeah, but I mean, Terry Pratchett, I'm pretty sure, was leaning in on older British
Right, so
myth.
the seventh son of a seventh son is usually thought to have magic powers, which Pratchett brings up is that in Discworld they're usually a wizard, but then the seventh son of a seventh son of a seventh son, in Discworld, of course, being the eighth son of an eighth son of an eighth son,
Yeah.
because 8 is the magic number,
Is a
sorcerer, in which case they're a source of magic. Not a source, S-O-R-C-E.
That's the fucking definition of the... Oh my god.
Yeah, no, 'cause-
I've not read
Wait,
Sorcerer.
really?
Oh, you haven't read Sorcerer.
Uh-uh.
So Sorcerer is the 5th Discworld book, I believe.
I've read basically none of the Rincewind books.
I don't think that's a Rincewind one.
Oh, okay. Very
And-
few of the Wizard books in general.
And the plot centers around a kid who was the eighth son of an eighth son of an eighth son. And so being the eighth son of somebody who was already magic, anyway, yeah, he's a sorcerer, but not how it's usually spelled. It's Sourcer, because he's a source of magic.
Interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, it is old British lore that the
Okay.
seventh son of the seventh son, sometimes of the seventh son, because that's so, especially with the, like, infant mortality rate. Also, the mother mortality rate.
Yes. Yeah.
Being alive long enough to get to that point, and then getting to that point, and then getting to that point, like, you have to be fucking magically gifted just
Yeah.
to have happened, is the
Right.
idea.
Yeah.
I was sure they were going to do the fucking Illuminati when they were like, Bavaria, 1860,
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
1865.
What?
Yeah.
What did they want to name that baby? Do you,
Oh,
does the because
It was-
the Ronnie
it was-
comes in
it
and
was a
like
nice
the
name.
it was a nice name, and I meant to go back and
Jonas,
relook.
but they pronounce it differently. It was
Yeah, they're Bavarians.
Right.
So,
it's like Jonas.
yeah, it's
Okay,
probably just a name, and then she's...
Yeah.
because at the end they named the baby something similar, I think, and I wasn't sure if it was exactly that or if they. I think they.
Oh, so that's actually one of the notes that I wrote down. What they name him at the end. Okay, so first off, they're intending to turn the baby into what's the name, Desiderium or something, the god of wishes or god of dreams or something.
God of Wishes, I think, what they say in the episode.
And then he gets renamed when he gets
Normal babied.
normal babied as Joseph, which I thought was incredibly interesting because Joseph, King of Dreams, Joseph from the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh, that's interesting.
Of course, the gay man Russell T Davies was like
Well,
let's
yeah,
reference.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I meant to go back and look it up, but I was like, that sounds vaguely like what the mom was going to name the baby, as far as I can remember.
Yeah.
But that jumped out at me. I was like, oh, you went from trying to turn him into the god of wishes and this whole, dreamt up world to being...
the King of Dreams.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I
See,
like
I assumed
that.
it was a Bible thing, but
Well, that is a...
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, so okay, one, just in advance, these two episodes are going to merge together a lot as
Oh,
we
yeah.
talk about them.
I
Because
could not tell you where one ended and the other one began.
Well, it was yeah.
Yeah,
They
so let's say Wish World and the Reality
Reality
War.
I'm just going to
Yeah.
cover them
Yeah.
both.
One, Hydee really pulls off a pinstripe suit and a bowler hat. Like,
I want to say
She can just fucking...
I
he can
wanted
fuck.
this to be, well, I guess it's actually the later one with the like
The kilt
the
part?
top. Yes.
Yes.
The top and the kilt. I wanted that to be like his standard. You always
honestly,
say that
by
you
the
wanted.
end, I was corrected because we were talking about it. We talked about it last episode that I kind of wished he had a definitive look like a lot of the other doctors
Yeah.
did,
It's the kilt.
and it really is the kilt
It's
at
the
the
kilt.
end. Like
he wears it almost. I mean, it's like every other episode.
he
there's
wears the
at least
kilt a lot. That's the look that works incredibly well for him.
But
Yeah.
the blue pinstripe.
And I was really sure it was going to be like the brown and orange is the combiner, and he does look great in those. But I think the kilt and the
The matching like vest.
vest
Oh,
is
I loved it.
I would love to know if wardrobe had like guidelines for his looks.
Hydee probably had some input.
I was
they
gonna
tend
say,
to
I
let
bet,
the
yeah.
doctors have input when it comes to picking, not full creative control, but like
at least yeah.
let's go in together and
Let's make it
figure
something
out
you're happy to be wearing for an
Yeah.
entire season.
There's some great pictures of like what they were dressing up Matt Smith as, like their original idea, and it was a lot more like chic, almost Johnny Depp look
Yeah,
of
it
like a
was
black
bad.
vest, and then it wasn't, and I think like a scarf, and it wasn't a terrible look, but
It
you
wasn't
could see
right.
that he wasn't quite feeling it, and it looked a little like a fucking ad for the Gap or something like
Yeah,
that.
they were trying
and
to
then,
make him way too hot.
and then they put, because you have Matt fucking Smith.
I mean,
like,
yeah, but he's still goofy.
But then they put him into tweed, and he was just like,
He has a hot, goofy face.
Yeah, he's
Like-
hot and goofy, but like he's not like hot and suave.
yeah, they were trying to make him more suave.
That's
Right.
And it-
Morbius. That's the problem with Morbius. They try to make him hot and suave. He should have been hot and goofy.
But yeah,
But he was still more suave than anyone else in that movie.
God, yes.
Somehow.
But yeah, Shudi's look through these 2 episodes was amazing.
The basic setup of Wish World is pretty standard Doctor, and like that ends up being part of the plot point. Like Ronnie knows that the Doctor is going to break out of this eventually, and she plans for it.
I loved that.
They did it in an episode, in a Grant Morrison issue of JLA with the key.
That's what exactly what it reminded me of. I was like, oh, they're doing a Morrison JLA. This is awesome.
Like it's like, oh, we know the heroes will break out, so we're going to use that to get what we need. Like we'll harness that power. Is a great storyline because he
Wasn't
has
the
to break
only-
out. Like
wasn't one of the only downfalls in that issue that he just
He
underestimated how quick the Flash could actually go once he was out?
that, and he didn't plan for Green Arrow.
Yeah.
And so Green Arrow shot him in the face with a boxing
Boxing
glove arrow, and he's like, "That was ridiculous," and falls over unconscious.
You never expect the boxing glove arrow.
And it's the second Green Arrow who doesn't use those, and he's like, I fucking hate this. All of you suck so hard. Like,
Nobody tell Oliver about this.
but
While watching it, though, I was like, oh, it's JLA.
it really is. But like, it is it's not a storyline you can do too often because it would get boring, but it is kind of the perfect trap thing because you have to learn. Like, he has to figure it out because his only way of... It's that idea of the only way to beat the trap is to spring the trap. Because it's fucking boring if he spends the rest of his life in terrible 50s...
In Pleasantville.
He gets to settle down with Belinda and gets to have...
That was so awkward.
Gay people aren't allowed to exist.
Yeah.
And if you ask a question...
Okay,
you're
now
taking
it
off
sounds
the
bad.
tops
If you
and
call a man beautiful,
You're a beautiful man. He wasn't even hitting on him.
No.
He didn't
It's
even
just
come
like,
across
he
as
just made
hitting
a
on him.
statement.
I think this woman would want to fuck you. Is apparently a bad sentence to say in this universe?
Yeah, apparently it makes you gay.
Yes, because it turns out that incels suck. So when you make the incel perfect world,
Yeah.
it was interesting where he was like, I'm trying, it's so hard to do. I forget about the weather and South Africa gets fucked over. Like, and at first I was like, interesting that he's looking after Africa. And I'm like, oh, South Africa, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
South Africa is not inherently bad all by itself, but white people sure like to make
Make
There's
bad
a
things
history
happen.
there.
There's a, yeah.
that people like Conrad are too into. I was impressed that he even allowed Belinda and John Smith as much of a good life as he allowed them.
Well,
Quote
I mean,
unquote
I kind of
good
feel
life.
like-
but
it went through his byline of keep people what's like happy, safe, and fed. Was it?
sure,
Yeah.
but
And I mean, I feel like there were other. Weren't there other like characters of color in that world?
yeah, I know. He has expressed significant racism over time. So
Right.
the fact that they were just leading this like happy middle class life.
But he
even
also
if
really
it's-
respected the Ronnie, who was not.
Yeah, his relationship with the Ronnie was fucking weird in this one, where he's basically like, "Please love me, mummy."
But I also like how like she like just like sexualized him in a way like that that like a lot of men will sexualize women and just like flip that, and I was like, yes, do that to him.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of where to start because these two episodes wrap this season up. I think this is one of the best wrap-ups I've ever seen of a season, how it ties everything back together, and I didn't make enough notes about that.
I guess win me over because I think the episode's kind of a mess, but like,
I agree.
I mean, like, there's stuff that does really well.
I don't.
There's a spot where it loses me, and then it kind of gets it back, and then it, yeah.
I don't like that it's like focused around like this one child thing. And I know that's like a byline because of Ruby, but
My problem is the fact that Unit becomes S.H.I.E.L.D. with a fucking
yes.
mecha skyscraper.
I was like,
at
how
one
the
point.
fuck did
Like,
this
that
happen?
was-
But I also wondered, is that still like the unit from the other like world with the I don't know.
That is, they wibbly wobbly timey wimey their way out of a lot. In
A
this
lot.
episode.
Very much.
A lot.
Yeah. Unit being able to turn their skyscraper into a giant
With a fucking
With a
boat.
with a ship
that they
wheel,
used to turn.
that Kate
Kate-
specifically.
Like she's captaining a fucking ship.
Yeah.
Is both great and like as I say this out loud, I fucking loved watching it. But as I say this out loud, it's so fucking dumb.
See, I kind of like saying it out loud more than I liked watching it because I was like, yeah, I don't know. It went Marvel movie for a few
Yes.
minutes there. I like
It wasn't
movies.
campy enough in that part. Like they could have pulled it off if it was sillier.
I feel
Instead,
like
they
it's-
just like suddenly went like hardcore.
But now that I've bitched about that, like I do think there is
The big
a lot of
bone
unifying
creatures
themes.
scaled up too much. That's the problem in my book, is that they had these giant big bone creatures and they're like, well, we gotta fight them some fucking how now. They should have just made them be a bunch of guys in costumes.
again.
Really big costumes.
Yes.
Okay, but Tyler, like, tell us what you're saying. This is one of the
Yeah.
best.
All of those little disparate parts from all these different episodes. There's something from every episode that matters in this finale.
Okay.
Even from the first season. Yeah.
Yeah, even like all this entire journey there's bits and pieces that have been planted that all come back around in these last 2 episodes, mostly in the second part, not so much in the first half.
The first one is mostly set up to the chaos of the second part.
And I
For the
do
reveal of the
wonder,
second,
when, where in all this, like, they found out Judy was leaving. Like, I don't know if it was already finished.
We will get to that
Okay.
in a sec, because I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just trying to figure that out. Like,
And the return of Anita.
that was fucking great.
I was so happy.
so happy
I
that
was
Anita
so
came back.
happy.
Honestly,
I love her
yes.
so much.
Same. And I was like, the constant bit that she just like, she's holding the door open and I'm just in hotel.
I'm just in
I'm
hospitality.
just a hospital. I was like, no, you are not. Stop selling yourself short. I love you. I'm so happy you're back.
It's really true, because we spent the whole time being like, why the fuck is she not the next companion?
Yes. But and then they kind of like, not really explained it, but like, she like went and fell in love and now she's pregnant and like happy.
Yeah, but after she got her heart broken because she went looking for the doctor and happened to open the door on when...
Him and Jonathan Groff were
Yeah,
dancing.
when him and Rogue were
yeah.
like hitting on each other in the most sexual dance scene in possible TV history. Like,
It's true.
Oh, you're gay. Sorry. My bad.
We got little clips of him, but I need more Rogue.
Yeah.
I need a lot more.
I think there are, if we get a third season, when we get a third season, if RTD is running it again, we will get more Rogue. Like, they're obviously setting up for that.
One Rogue without Shooty, though.
I would be so curious
don't.
to see how Rogue responds to the Doctor, but not the Doctor.
Especially with who we know the new Doctor's going to be.
We
Well-
don't even know that Billy's the... Oh, we'll get to that.
We don't even know. Fucking A.
Because they don't say... They say in introducing Billy Piper... They don't say
Billy Piper.
They don't say Billy Piper as the Doctor.
Oh, that's a good point.
This might be just one of the wibbly fucking...
Weird.
I'm
regeneration
just gonna regenerate into Billy Piper.
Like,
not the actress Billy Piper, not the character who looks like her.
But like, I'm going through a weird transformation thing. This isn't my final
Because
form.
it didn't
I'm
say
just,
as Rose, it didn't say as the Doctor, it just said introducing Billy.
Side note, I would actually love a season of Billy Piper playing the Doctor.
Oh,
that'd
I think it'd be
fascinating.
amazing.
I think that would be
And
incredibly.
just let her be the Doctor. Just don't have to
Or
be...
honestly, just give me a special. Give me a Christmas
Sure.
special. That'd be fantastic.
There was a part of me when I was watching these episodes, though, where I was like, I wish... Okay, so Omega, that's cool. But I really wish he would have done the super, super ballsy thing and really just blown fucking nerds' brains out of the back of their head by saying that she was looking for the other.
who
And
was
that it wasn't him.
the original... I know I've explained this somewhere. I don't know if I've explained this on General Nerdery or Word Balloons. Do you know what the Cartmill master plan is? I know I've explained this to you somewhere, but
You
don't
probably
worry.
have, but I don't recall.
I yell
do
a lot of
not.
nerd information. Okay, Andrew Cartmill was the guy running the original series in the last, 4 or 5 seasons.
Okay.
He was the RTD of the era,
Okay.
showrunner. He decided that the Doctor needed more mystery. That we knew the Doctor too well by that point, and he was correct. So he started putting in hints of a secret past. This was later partially adapted in The Timeless Children. It was dubbed the Cartmel Master Plan. The 7th Doctor at one point implies that he was part of the creation of the Eye of Harmony, which is what Omega used to invent time travel.
Oh.
Later on, at a point where Davros is like, "You're just another Time Lord," he goes, "I am far more than just another Time Lord." And there's this hint, there's more. And the idea of the Cartmel Master Plan was eightfold. But the important parts is, 1, there were 3 founders of Time Lord civilization. Rassilon, who we know, Omega, who we know, and the Other, just a mysterious third person. 2, Time Lords are sterile. They're literally grown out of this technology known as the looms.
Cool.
Rassilon, couple of things. 1, the Other has a child, has a granddaughter. That granddaughter is Susan. Rassilon gets Omega killed in the Eye of Harmony experiment and then seizes control of Time Lord Society for himself. The other, knowing he's going to be killed, throws himself into the looms and is thought dead.
Oh.
Susan traveled forward in time. Years and years and years later, the Doctor is born out of the looms, and he is the other reborn. But he's still the Doctor.
Oh.
So he's like a reincarnation of the other, I guess? Cartmel was always like, I never got too detailed in this. He did write a novel later called Lungbarrow that I've always wanted to read. That goes deep into like his version of Time Lord, like politics.
Okay.
Fascinating.
The first Doctor runs into Susan and then she's like, grandfather. And he's like, yeah, I guess so. Let's go in the TARDIS over there. And like bounces like...
I'll take your word for it.
So that's how the Time Lords are sterile, but he has a granddaughter. That's how the Doctor was there for the creation of Time Lord Society. This was later changed to the something children, from the Jodie era, the Timeless Child.
Yes.
Large parts of this have been adopted over the years, but never straightforward because the story is ridiculous. But they reference it enough times here that I'm like, hey. I hated this version of Omega.
I kind of wish they never would have shown him.
Yeah, I thought it was lame.
Have you guys seen either
He
of the
reminded me of
Omega?
Scrappy Doo from Scooby. Like the live action adaptation that James Gunn wrote, where Scrappy Doo at the end gets all like big and gross. And, yeah, that reminded me of it. Yeah, that's what I thought of.
So Omega first appears in The Three Doctors, which is the 10th anniversary special.
Yes.
Later appears in a Fifth Doctor story, and I think those are the only two times. Now, he is admittedly a big shouty man in a costume that looks like it was mostly made out of foam and cardboard that has been spray painted kind of bronze. He's not the deepest character ever, but like there is something iconic about Omega. And part of it's the giant helmet, and the part of it is that he screams every line that he has. The Three Doctors is actually a lot of fun, and I do highly recommend watching it. But he was the guy that created the Eye of Harmony, which is the black hole that the Time Lords use. Something, time travel is now possible. He gets trapped in a alternate dimension, which for this one changed to the Underverse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The universe beneath our universe.
It was Three Doctors and Arc of Infinity.
Thank you. Which, Underverse is sort of the dark multiverse, but I do like the idea of, like, basically Omega over time became the Time Lord Devil because they found out that he was this madman trapped in the Underverse, and so in the way that belief shapes gods, he's turned into a devil? Mm-hmm. Like, that's kind of a fun idea, but, like, having the devil of the Time Lords be a non-speaking bone monster thing that is fixed by the Doctor basically pulling out a laser gun didn't work for me. And I think that's where I think this episode is kind of a mess. Like, the stuff you're talking about, with you 100%. Bringing back the Time Hotel. Bringing back Mel, who's met the Ronnie, like, is the only companion who's really met the Ronnie. Oh, no, Perry met her, but still. Like,
yeah, she was the only, well...
Having the other Susan be like, I'm less than a year old, I exist because of you, you'll do my... Even Kate being like, I kind of think that we're all your children. Like, all of that tie-in was really good. I even liked using Poppy, who in his first meeting Poppy back in Space Babies, because she's the baby from Space Babies.
Yes.
He says, I wish I was your dad.
Yeah.
Wow,
in that episode.
I forgot about that.
Like,
I would like to be your dad.
All of that. The part where I got lost, and it's the part where I always get lost in Doctor Who, is when he just becomes an action star.
Yeah.
There's a lot of running, but the moment he's like, oh, this thing that I've been using to take readings, now it shoots a laser from all the energy I've been getting. I guess I understood, but like that was the part that's like,
That was one of those things where I was like, oh, this is being set up the entire time because it has been named the Vindicator this entire time.
Yeah.
Sure.
I thought that too.
Yeah.
The moment it looked like the doctor was holding a gun is where I was like, you don't know about this.
I honestly did think he looked like Scrappy-Doo most when he was getting shot, and it just reminded me when like they pull the Damon Ritus out of Scrappy-Doo, and then he starts to kind of deflate. So.
I also really liked...
Real quick, this is what Omega looks like from Doctor Who. And
Yes.
like, what's he supposed to look like?
Yeah.
And I love that so much more with his like
Yes.
strife from the X-Men helmet than...
Oh my god! I was going to say it reminds me of Shredder crossed with Pyramid Head.
Also accurate. Sorry, Heidi, we were kind of interrupting.
Oh, it's
you there.
fine. I was saying, like, when the, timelines were being reconstructed or whatever, and Donna's daughter Rose pops back up.
That made me
And
happy.
it made me so happy. And then what the doctor says was, Conrad couldn't imagine you exist even for a second, so you couldn't imagine you even for a second, so you didn't exist. And I think that
Russell T.
just,
Davies has things to say
and
about
I
society.
think that yes, exactly, it speaks to what's going on. Like trying to erase trans people and
Biracial people.
people
disabled
and
people.
disabled people, and yes, the whole like encampment. Yeah, and I thought that was, I don't know, I like that like made me cry because I felt like it was so subtle, and it was just like, but it spoke so much.
That stuff is great. I don't want to sound like I'm just shitting on the episode.
No,
Like,
no, I mean, like, Davies hits hard with those little things, and I really appreciate that.
There was one part of this finale that made me almost shouting at my TV, and I am not that person. But when Ruby kept bringing up, like, no, there was a baby here. And the doctor wasn't immediately like, I've dealt with a bunch of timey-wimey stuff. Let's get to the bottom of that. I was like, who the fuck are you right now? And then I was so glad that she kept at it and
Yes.
kept testing.
I
that
love-
was
I love
heartbreaking.
Yeah, that was
That was heartbreaking.
gut-wrenching.
And I think Ruby, I mean, Ruby noticed because she was the one that was forgotten, right? Isn't that why Ruby
as well
was
as
the one
also,
that noticed?
I think having had the experience of going through that time loop that she went
Yes.
through made her predisposed to
73
notice
yards was so good. Oh my god.
when things are... Fuck, that's my favorite episode of this entire of Shooty's run, in all honesty.
Is it?
We will talk about this at the end because it's not mine, but it may be the smartest.
I was hoping
Smart.
that 73 yards was going to come back around in this
Yeah.
episode.
It's the one that's lived most rent-free in my brain,
Well,
and
and-
I want more of it.
Also, they've talked about anyone who travels in the TARDIS for long enough is more exposed to time energies and more aware of like
Yes.
certain things. But the difference is Belinda and the Doctor were directly affected by this, so it kind of like wrote it out of their brains.
Yeah.
The scene where they keep passing back and forth the baby
That
and it
was
gets smaller and
so
smaller. It's just
interesting.
like, this fucking hurts.
Yeah. Fuck me, does Doctor
And
Who
Ruby
do
was
that well.
noting it.
Yeah. So the closest I can come up, because I agree with you, like the fact that the doctors are like, no, Ruby, you're wrong, like, doesn't make any sense. The only thing that I can think of is the fact that the doctor is attempting to, like, not the like maybe a defense mechanism denial thing, because that's literally the doctor's kind of greatest wish. To have this child, and also like because the doctor is a direct part of this, I guess, retcon, for lack of a better word, that like there might be some kind of like defensive measure, just kind of like actively block it, like basically the equivalent of someone like in front of the doctor's eyes, like no.
Yeah, it definitely felt very out of character for him just not to immediately...
At least listen.
You said there's a
Be
baby missing?
curious about it.
I'm going to drop what I'm doing to go help this baby.
Yeah. See, I saw it more as like, was the Wish world still kind of like, I don't know, not like brainwashing, but like, was it still kind of like...
I still
And
feel
then-
like at the end of this season,
because
there's
they-
still something off.
Because
I
they
think
just...
I will agree on that.
Yes.
Like during that, I was like, this feels like somehow the Ronnies did something here. Like the
I don't know him.
It
like,
felt malicious.
Yeah, and the dynamic switch, especially in the TARDIS between him and Belinda,
Where they're suddenly like still kind of
coupling
romantic together.
Yes,
And
yes,
like,
the
and she
coupley
was
thing.
like immediately interested in like, oh, okay, shit, yeah, fuck yeah, we're gonna go. Let's go.
I'm gonna move the baby in here.
Yes, because I think there's an element of the Doctor's wish. I have this child. Not just I have
Yes.
this child. We have this child together.
Because he's always wanted a permanent companion. He's just been
and
scared.
a kid and a family. But
Yes.
even he is like, I can't keep doing the life I've been living, but I still want to be able to go travel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is weird. And I think it's kind of the fallout of like, I just remember watching this being like, they can't kill this kid. Like, they can't kill Poppy
No.
and have it still be Doctor Who. But they can't have it end the way they're gearing up for it to end. I
No.
don't know where it's going to land. So I do think the Doctor saving Poppy, but it changes things just a little again, and she's no longer his, is like fucking heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could see it in his face when they.
When he
So what do you
realizes-
call me? It's like, oh, Uncle Doctor. And he's just like, okay.
All right. Oh, God. This
I'm not
is
getting
my
stabbed
kid.
in both my hearts.
Well, and look, and as nice and heartwarming as it is for Poppy to have a loving mother and all of this, Poppy is a space baby from the future. Something is off in the universe.
It's
Right,
also
like,
kind of fucked up that Belinda just has a kid now, and like her entire life has been permanently altered. And you know, she seems to want the kid, and from
She
the
seems
moment.
perfectly happy with it.
So I'm not saying it's bad, but like,
That
It's
is
weird.
fucking weird.
It's
though.
She
weird.
seems to want the kid because reality has been rewritten so that
Right.
she's always had the kid.
Yes.
I think there is some unintentional messaging in there that they didn't mean to do that sometimes pops up in sci-fi.
Yeah.
That makes it a little like,
Oh, that's a little pro-lifey. I don't like that.
But also at the same time, I don't blame them for being like, yeah, it was a wish world and all that, but like,
Yeah, we did
That's my-
kill the baby, you fucking
Yes,
asshole.
exactly. Like, so it hits a little weird, but I don't think they were trying to say anything bad about it. It was just a little bit like, oh, she's got a kid now and everything's fine.
Well, see, what I noticed was that, she never seemed like someone who wanted, like, that wasn't really her, it was never, I mean, she never
But there
really
was
talked
never
about
anything saying she didn't want a kid
True.
either. Like, she was always very family oriented.
Right, she always wanted to go home, but when he would ask, who are you going home to? It's like my mom and dad.
Which she still was.
She still was.
I will say that, thank God she never had anything like, me, kids, I would never want kids, and then change it. 'cause
Yeah, that
is weird.
would, yeah.
So the one other thing I had to write down from this, I wrote down 2 things from all these 4 episodes.
And I keep bringing them
One
up.
has to do with sort of what happens towards the end of this episode, and makes me think that there's still definitely time you want. When the Doctor meets her mom, he's like, oh, I always wanted her to bring a doctor home. Not for her, for me. Mm-hmm. I have a pain down my left side whenever I corner. When I turn left.
Oh my God, fuck you, Tyler.
Damn.
That's a good
Holy
fucking pull. I
shit.
didn't even.
I don't know. That could be Doctor Who fans, Tyler, looking too deep into it.
I don't know, it's
or,
Davies.
Hold on, or it could be...
It could also be Davies being like, okay,
Or also being cheeky about
fuck
it.
you,
exactly.
assholes.
This is
I'm
gonna
gonna
set
set up a
off-
trap just
but
for you.
I think it was intentional either way.
I think you're right. I didn't
Oh.
even, for a second, think about that.
It was
God
just,
damn it.
yeah.
I think that could easily be him being an asshole and putting in a red herring just
Oh,
red
or,
herring
or
to just to misdirect you there. But that could also very easily have been something that he sets up for
right.
later.
Or he could just be putting it in there to, like, as a placeholder, be like, all right, if I want to come
Oh,
back
sure.
and fuck with that, I can.
A lot of shows like this do that, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
can always dive back.
Well, it should be open. I don't know. I kind of like open-ended.
Like,
things.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Night Vale does that all of the time. Just
Yeah.
being like, that was a kind of fun throwaway sentence. What if we did an entire season on that? Okay. Jodie. There's 2 things I want to talk about left in this season, episode, whatever. Now, you've watched, because the 3 of us watched, by 3 of us, I mean, sorry, audio medium, Tyler, Heidi, and myself watched the first 3 or 4 Jodie episodes for an episode way back when.
Right.
Yes.
And then
I still have yet to finish Jodie.
you never went further than that, really.
I finished it.
I finished it. Heidi's finished it. Steven, you said you've seen like an episode.
I've seen no Jodie.
Okay.
So this is your.
So this is the only
This is
Jodie.
the only Jodie I've ever seen. I am only familiar with the actress from being in Attack the Block.
Oh.
She's so good in Attack. That was
That
one.
was fucking
Fantastic.
rules.
I haven't seen that.
You absolutely should.
shall. absolutely
My
raw
first
side.
introduction to her was Broadchurch.
It's Jodie and Finn from Star Wars, John Boyega.
Oh.
And Nick Frost is in it.
Who
Okay.
is? I still, every time I think of Attack the Block when he's like, I'm 15, I'm like, no, you're not, John Boyega.
Look at you.
No, you're not.
It's about aliens attack, and it's just this one little like block of housing, like what Rose lived in
okay.
early stuff.
Yes.
And it is not a horror movie, but it's a horror.
I'd say it's a
kind of
sci-fi movie with some horror themes.
Okay.
Like, it's
Yeah.
a scary sci-fi movie more than it is a horror movie.
Scary sci-fi is, but yeah, it's. I had not watched it because it sounded in the description too much like a horror movie, and I don't like horror. But Tyler not kept badgering, but was definitely like, "No, we should do this one," and we needed like a simple one. And I still remember that was one of like my favorite days of recording because I took the day off and like woke up and watched Attack of the Block with Cece while eating brunch, and then went upstairs and recorded talking about the movie for an hour.
Fuck, that sounds
It
incredible.
was such a
Yeah.
good day. I love those small. It's like the doctor talked about in the fucking barbershop. Like some of the best stories are just like the small normal day.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jodie, I am so curious what you think. Having like this is your.
I'm excited to watch her. I liked her. She has a fun energy.
She loves
That's about all I got.
playing the doctor.
Yes,
She loves. I honestly think the main reason she left is 'cause she got pregnant.
Oh.
Because
I didn't actually know about that.
she had made an agreement to do the 2 seasons with that showrunner, and they were both going to leave. And then she, at the end of the 2nd season, was like, I don't know if I want to leave, but we made this agreement. Yeah, I'll leave with him and like do the story we wanted to tell. And then she got pregnant, and she's pregnant in her final episodes.
Oh.
It's just early in the pregnancy.
Yeah.
And so she's like, yep.
Well, I guess I gotta go.
I mean, I just would have loved for, just because it's like, 2 minutes we got of her, I would have just loved to watch her have episodes written by Davies or him as the showrunner, because I think, not that, I think that she was a brilliant doctor. I just think the writing was too serious for the doctor she could have been.
Her seasons lack whimsy.
Yes.
I wanted to see her reaction to Rose.
Yeah.
Yes.
She would have loved that. She would have been all about that. A thing I loved about this one is when we first meet Jodie, especially after Peter Capaldi. Because Peter Capaldi being the
Fuckity bye doctor?
Yeah. The grumpy old man that's mostly angry that he cares about people.
Yeah.
Like, that's his entire thesis. Okay, I like
I
people,
really
but I'm
care,
mad about
but I'm
it.
mad. Yeah.
I don't want to have to care about these assholes I love.
Yes. He's kind of what I want to be in life in some ways. But at least his final season, his Bill season. She, at first, you're like, this is the open, emotionally mature doctor. Holy shit. But then as you watch throughout the season, she is still very open, but she lets people in to a point. And then she stops.
Yep.
And it's why she can't, it's spoiled in this, it's why she can't ever tell Yaz that she loves her. Which I still think that Yaz was being set up to be in a romantic relationship with Ryan, the other young companion there.
Oh.
Like, in the first season, there's a couple scenes that seem to be kind of hinting that way, and then they're like,
They don't really have the
chemistry's not really working for it. Like, and not in a bad way, and I didn't hate it either way.
Yeah.
It's just, but like, there's certain levels she's open to a point, and she has that thing in her, The Lost Cyberman or something. It's the one with the Mary Shelley episode.
Yes.
Where she's like, someone has to make choices, and sometimes there's no good answer. And her solution on how to do that is to only let people in. Absolutely loves people. She's more committed to her companions than maybe any other doctor we've seen in a lot of ways.
agree.
But she only lets them into a certain point. Like, there's a balance on that.
That's true.
That Hydee doesn't have. Hydee is the one that will tell you, I love you.
Yes. And Matt Smith also didn't really have that balance.
Nope.
Until he locked
Matt Smith
himself
could
away.
say it to Amy Pond.
Yeah. And kind of Rory, in a way.
Yes, but he did it in much quieter ways with Rory. Like, so it was really interesting with seeing her, who when she first appears as like the emotionally available doctor, and then seeing her with the like truly the so emotionally available that it might be a little overwhelming to spend time with him, emotionally available doctor. Like,
He's just an overexcited
I
puppy.
just want a fucking episode of those two together.
Oh my
Like,
Right?
God.
I loved their energy.
Their
together.
energy would
They
be
played off each other
incredible.
so well.
And part of it is because it's Russell T Davies
Yep.
purposely doing. He is aware that he is doing everything to piss off the people who say Doctor Who is
Yes.
woke now, because so many people were convinced that the show was going to be less woke and that they were just going to retcon Jodie and all of her stories out of existence immediately.
Yeah. And like
Which is
Davies would never do that
The
just because he
wildest
respects
shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Davies just respects the show too much. He's like, I mean, he's the biggest Doctor Who fan.
Not just
so,
that.
like,
He's so gay.
well,
He made
correct.
a show called Queer as Folk.
Trust me, I'm aware.
I'm sorry, I'm not yelling at you, but like the idea that they're like Davies is gonna make the show unwoke. I'm like, you know how many gay people he put in?
Yeah. Yes. And
Ranging
also,
from, like, the little
there's so
blue
many
lady who
like
dies-
tiny callbacks throughout both seasons to his original UK Queer as Folk series, down to like things that like Doctor will say. I'm like, I love this.
Well, and then he
Davies,
also
you
made
were so
fucking
good.
It's a Sin and hired Neil Patrick Harris to be in it for part of it,
Correct.
which I have not seen, but I'm told is very good. It's about a young gay friend group during the AIDS
It's
crisis.
really good. It'll break your fucking heart, but it's really, really good.
Okay. There is a theory that Davies has not confirmed himself, but seems to have been confirmed to a level. The woman who is Poppy's mother, so I guess just Poppy's mother, I didn't need to add that first part of that sentence, was like, there was another scene filmed. This was not the original ending of the episode.
Okay.
But Hydee decided to leave. Now, it
Do
sounds
we know
like...
when?
I don't even know if that's true. That could just be a woman angling for attention or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that, I don't know her. But I'm defending myself from you who have not said anything to make me defend myself. But the theory is because they filmed these two seasons back to back.
Oh, okay.
Like, this season was mostly done filming by the time the first season came out.
Wow.
And then they still have not announced another season.
So, yeah. So what I just read was basically he left because one, he thought it was too physically, emotionally, and mentally demanding, which fair.
I mean, one,
But-
it's a lot of that, and he
and
has to
also
deal with the
he-
internet hate.
Yeah, and he's can't really do anything else while it's in limbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
So it
And
sounds like
he's like
those-
at the peak of his career, honestly. Like,
Do the doctors get roped into contracts like Bond does, where it supersedes any other?
I don't.
could not tell you.
I wouldn't be surprised, like New Who especially.
Especially
Yeah,
for
because
Disney
it's
season
Disney,
New Who.
and Disney will trap you. So
I mean, we just talked about last week on General Nerdery News about how Kumail Nanjiani like signed a 10-picture deal when he signed on to do the
oh
Eternals.
my god,
And the Eternals flopped, and he made nothing beyond the Eternals.
It was, I think, a 5-picture deal, but he was like, this is the next 10 years of my life that I just agreed to do. Which,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was
I-
it. 10
I
years,
do it,
not
but-
not 5, 10 movies. 5 movies, a theme park, and a video game, and
But, like, yeah, no, it is, no matter what, it is an investment. And it sounds like, I mean, even Peter Capaldi, who, yes, was like 60, so different, found it exhausting to work on Doctor Who. And he if there is a Doctor Who fan as big as RTD, it's Peter Capaldi.
Yes, that's true.
Like, he was a huge fan. So it is, I get, and he didn't have to deal with being the Black Doctor.
Right. He
God,
was
that
just
had to
old
be-
and grumpy, which I'm sure he's used to getting shit for, so it's fine.
So, like, I think that is absolutely an aspect. I don't know if, because they said that the regeneration scene was filmed really last second. But I don't know if that was like they came back later and refilmed it, or if towards the end he was like, hey, actually, I want to be done. So I don't know when last second is. Like, if they did reshoots like a year later. Because I was knowing this story and the whole limbo thing, I was trying to figure out when in the storyline they decided to change things.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm reading another couple things here where, like, the mother of the real mother of Poppy.
Yes, that's what...
Yeah. Said that there was originally supposed to be a scene that revealed that Poppy actually is the Doctor's daughter and Susan's mother.
Whoa.
And Susan's mother?
That makes fucking sense. If the Doctor is...
Okay, yeah, no,
It's just forward instead of back.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh. Okay.
It works.
It's Doctor Who, it works. I mean, if River's song, exists.
I mean,
so.
there's the whole, like, I don't think they should have done, hey, by the way, we're sterile, because the doctors talked about being a parent, not just a grandparent, but a parent before. But again, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Like, there's things that you can...
I'm sterile now, I wasn't then.
Shooting blanks. But,
Then's in the future, though.
But,
I did also see once a fun little fan theory where Jenny is Susan's mother.
it's possible the Doctor, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Again, he's talked about being a parent before. But again, like, as I said, you can't worry too much about canon in Doctor Who. Everything's true, nothing's true.
Yeah, I definitely was thinking about Jenny when they were talking about that. I was like,
Yeah.
What about that one?
What about Jenny?
Yeah.
Georgia Moffat is out there.
That should have been a way bigger deal for him that, like, oh, hey, look, a new Time Lord was just born if they were sterile. But again, whatever. I don't actually care. It adds a new wrinkle, but we've also seen Time Lord children.
Oh, that's a good point.
None of it...
Time.
I'm trying to make sense of Doctor Who while telling people not to make sense of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I want to know when it happened. I just mostly want more Hydee, though.
That's the
that's
problem.
my big takeaway from this is that like,
We-
I'm certain Hydee is my favorite Doctor.
I'm 100% sure.
Second favorite, but I don't disagree with what you're saying.
I have not cried at any other regeneration like I did for Hydee.
Dude, 10 regenerating made me fucking sob. I was 20, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the 10 regeneration.
Actually,
really
I think
got me.
I've cried at most of
I
them.
will
don't
say
wanna go.
10 did get me,
Yeah, the
but not the first
11
time.
got me.
11 got me
cried
really
at
good.
11.
And Peter Capaldi's final speech is one of my favorite speeches
That
in the
is
history
the
of Doctor
best
Who.
speech. Yeah.
And Capaldi could give a fucking speech.
Yes.
So, man, I'm not as much a crier as Tyler is, but I am a crier. So, like, sorry, man, I don't want to.
No, it's okay.
We
You're
all
a crier.
cry. It's fine.
We're
Tyler's
just more in touch with our emotions than you.
But after Hydee got spoiled on this, I was getting text messages from you being like, I don't even want to watch this.
I know. I was just
I'm
so upset
done.
that I
I'm
don't
not
get to
even
see
gonna
him again.
the episode, and I was like in my head being like, but you'll get more Hydee if you watch it. Because you're like, if I'm not getting more Hydee, I'm like, that's how you'll get more Hydee. But my favorite part is that was when you went, and then I was like, want to do a Hydee episode? And you're like, yeah, I do. When are we recording it? Like, it was like a fucking 20
I mean,
minute
clearly,
difference.
I was just mad because he's amazing.
I told Cece that story, and she's like, I'm glad you didn't tell me. I would have put it off. Like,
Yeah.
she loves him.
I mean, how can you
I mean,
not?
we loved him from the beginning, but really, I know the exact moment where Cece fell in love with Hydee, and it's when he's dancing in the church on Ruby Road.
That was but it was that was the scene for me because of that was the first callback to the UK chorus folk, and I was like, Davies, you're doing this
See,
right.
I did not know that. But for me, the point where I really fell in love with him is end of Ruby Road, where he goes, "I'm the doctor," and you're like, "Yeah, you fucking are, dude."
Yep.
Like,
I honestly
So-
fell in love with him during the Bi generation with his interaction
sure,
with
the whole
Tennant.
thing, but
that was incredible.
The real moment for me was really that.
Yeah.
Like,
Speaking of the dancing in the club, there's also another confirmed deleted scene that was supposed to be the end of him and Belinda's relationship together on the show, where they were going to be dancing together in the club.
Aw.
And there was even a promo image used from that scene that just ended up on the cutting room floor.
that happens. That's sweet. I liked their goodbye, where she's like, "Something feels weird here," and he's like, "Yep, don't worry about it." But it was a very Doctor Who, like, even good things can be forgotten.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they, like, you know, it's...
But like,
That had to be the most confusing sentence for her, though, where she's like, "I feel like I'm missing something." Him basically being like, "You are. And I'm taking that on for you. Peace."
Yep.
Like,
and I did like that it was like the callback to how the Doctor. It's like she clocked that the Doctor probably won't come back
yeah.
for her, just because
I-
she heard and feel because every companion says that. Oh, you never came back.
But I like that he's, like, other doctors have been like, "No." And he's like, "I really hope so. Like, I
Yeah.
really, like, would love
But you won't see me as
this." But that's because he knows he's...
He knows.
That's the interesting thing of Belinda's relationship with him is so weird, because she kind of knows things about him. Because of the whole, like, my theory of when he went through her timeline, she kind of went through his.
That's right.
But she doesn't know what regeneration is.
Yeah.
She's one of the few companions that
Does
never
Ruby?
even gets... He mentions it to her
Okay.
at one point. But, like,
Oh,
it
like,
never
hey,
really
I've had
comes-
different faces.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, he did tell Belinda that this is the first time I've had a black body. And,
That's true.
and she didn't really question it. She was just like, okay.
She was pretty, like, after the planet of the robots named after me, she was like, you know,
I'm just going to ride it.
You know that woman who died in front of me that like really trusted you? I'm gonna roll with that motto. I'm gonna just trust you real hard.
okay. Overall, I think season 1 is stronger than season 2.
I think yes, if you look at standalone episodes, I think the hit ratio for me is stronger in season 1.
Yeah.
I feel like the first half of season 1 is stronger overall, and I feel like probably I'd say the second half is equally on par for the second half of season 2.
I also, in my case, I think it's because I like Ruby a little more than Belinda, and I'm not trying to shit on Belinda there. I just really liked Ruby.
I do like Ruby more than Belinda as well.
I also think I like Belinda a little bit more.
Ruby a little more.
Or no, I think I like Ruby a little bit more than Belinda.
Which, if you like Belinda more, I'm not saying anyone is wrong here. This is entirely, we are in the subjective...
I feel like we didn't get enough of Belinda, though.
Yeah.
I feel like we somehow got more
We got a lot
Ruby.
more Ruby.
than we got Belinda, if that makes sense.
Belinda's storyline is a lot more of a focus point of the season, but it's kind of more in the background, while Ruby was a more active participant in more episodes. Like,
Yeah.
Well, also we
got-
had a Dr. Light episode with Ruby.
and we never really got that with Belinda. We never got an episode that was basically entirely
Her.
from Belinda. The closest is like her entry episode, but
Yeah.
you kind of have to do the companion heavy for the entry episode.
I mean, yes, I like Ruby more, but I feel like Belinda does not get enough credit. I feel like she was very good.
I think the smartest episodes are either Story in the Engine or 73 Yards.
Story, yes.
I think my favorite episode, and a lot of people are going to pick Rogue, and they're not wrong. My favorite episode is literally Church on Ruby Road of this run. I think it is
Ooh.
like one of the most pure Doctor Who episodes ever made, and they put the fucking Goblin song in there just for
You know,
funsies.
I think it wins for the Goblin song,
You
honestly.
really do love the Goblin song.
Fucking it's going to be on my top Spotify, and it's going to be embarrassing.
It's okay. Muppets Mayhem was on my top Spotify one year because it was the exact distance.
It's
between
so
work
catchy, and
home.
it puts me in a good mood.
I think 73 is my favorite episode.
It might be mine
I
too.
think
I'm looking up the episodes again.
I am too.
I was doing that while you were talking about Muppet Fandom.
73, it's very good, but I think it just fucked with me too much.
I think that's why it's my favorite.
That is fair. I get that.
That's why I'm saying it's like one of the smartest ones. It's one of the ones that made me just have to like sit for a while afterwards and just kind of exist in that moment.
And that is fucking my primo top pick for Doctor Who. Stuff that does that to me in sci-fi across the board is why I love sci-fi.
73 Yards is kind of their Blink, but it's less accessible than Blink because Blink is showing you what you can do. The reason I like Blink as a Doctor Who intro episode is it shows you what this show is capable of doing, even if it's a Doctor Light episode. I would not show 73 Yards or Story in the Engine to someone who's never seen Doctor Who before. Like, that would not...
I have, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah,
Was that
see,
73
I'm
Yards?
okay.
My
yeah.
sister just watched it. She was visiting while I was watching through for
I
that.
think that's one that works. Kind of like,
Interesting.
I feel like you can do the same thing because I actually did this with my mom, who does not like science fiction. I showed her, she likes art. I showed her Vincent and the Doctor, and she was like,
dude.
"This is amazing," you know.
I mean, Vincent and the Doctor is one of the most heart-rending,
God.
pure episodes.
Yeah.
And it's so
That
funny that they have
might be my favorite.
their entire solution of we need to not spend a lot of money this season, this episode is to find an old village and
Yes.
then have an invisible monster.
Yeah,
Like,
I do love that. I think my favorite episode. I'm looking at them now.
Yeah, now
You
that
know,
I've looked through them all, I'm going to
I feel like-
73.
Church on Ruby Road.
see, I thought you were going to say Rogue because it's so gay.
Rogue is my second. No, the Goblin song.
I know, I'm with you.
And the ship and the ladder, it's just very campy and it's very Doctor Who and it's a very good intro.
Yes,
And
and I
it's-
also just really love first-time Doctor adventure stories.
Yes. And I love the way that Ruby is automatically like in it. She's like, let's fucking go. Like, I think that's great.
Again, if Ncuti fucking rescued your sort of baby sister and was like, let's do this, I would also be like, yep,
Yeah, I will follow you, yes.
I'll do anything for you. Back off.
I think if I got to pick a second favorite from these two seasons, it's going to be Lux, personally.
Ooh,
Lux is really
Lux is good.
Lux is one that I haven't had as much urge to rewatch as I had
think-
for 73 Yards. But there's a lot really working for me. I'm a big movie fan. I love going to the movie theaters. I love cartoons, animation. There's a lot that clearly line up with who I am. And something about that episode just really worked for me.
Lux is way up there for me, too. I
Yeah.
wanted to say The Devil's Cord, and then I remembered that the episode itself is kind of meh. It's just that Jinx Monsoon kills it.
Yeah, Jinx Monsoon is-
That's the thing.
And I was
Yeah.
also having that same
I
struggle
agree.
of like, oh, Jinx Monsoon.
And the
Maestro.
episode, like,
It's not bad, but
it's not bad, and the world has to feel drab for that episode to work the way it
Although that
does.
song, I have a dog named Jack.
I actually really like Space Babies. I
Space
almost think
Babies
Space
is
Babies-
way better than it gets credit for.
Yeah.
Yes,
Song
agreed.
about an octopus.
The biggest thing that really ruins the Devil's Chord for me is that the song that they sing at the end, where like they bring in music, one, is not a great song.
No.
And two, it sounds nothing like the fucking Beatles.
No, not at all.
Yep.
Like, not even like, yeah.
It needs to at least
Not
be Beatles.
any of their eras.
Yeah, none.
It needs to at least be Beatles adjacent for that episode.
Correct.
Yep.
It didn't even sound like that time period.
No,
Like,
it was a fucking show tune, and there's
Yes.
nothing wrong with a show
No.
tune. And if it had been about like we're gonna go watch Phantom of the Opera or something be created, which would have not worked, but like you get what I'm saying.
right.
Also, I felt
Let's
like
go see
that,
the invention of cats. Like
that whole
Yes.
number felt like a bigger setup to something that I feel like never paid off.
Yeah.
no, it was just a little bit of like
It's a
the
song
magic
called
thought.
"There's Always a Twist at the End."
And then there was the twist at the end was there's no twist at the end.
Yeah.
They just wanted to make Ncuti and Ruby do the twist, or I guess Millie do the twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say least favorite?
That's a
Belinda's first episode.
Oh.
Or maybe the sequel to Midnight, the more that I think about it. Like, I liked that episode.
The Well.
I do think that The Well would have been... I think Tyler's right. The Well would have been significantly better if it wasn't a sequel to Midnight. Because it just put in weight that it couldn't live up to, that it did not need to live up to.
And then the rules just got silly.
Yeah, I think The Well is the weakest of the episodes.
But Belinda's The Robots Rebellion or whatever, just... We've talked about it with Doctor Who. There's such a strange balance between story, camp, and characterization. Mm-hmm. And it never quite landed. And it's what you were saying, it should have been a two-parter, and they could have pulled off everything they were trying to pull off.
I did like, though, when Ncuti was like, oh fuck, Earth didn't blow up. That means I have to throw this out the window.
Yeah.
Timeline saved.
That was a good bit.
I am. There's a lot of good stuff of that episode, too. I just, like, it didn't gel the way that I needed it to, especially for, like, a new companion adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, also the robots just look kind of bad in that.
I think my least favorite is actually Dot and Bubble because it pissed me off so much. It pissed me off so much. It's well done. I get it. But also, it made me so mad. And it's a good social commentary.
It's too good at pissing me off for me to say that it's bad, but I understand where you're coming from. It was an episode that I was like, oh, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. It just makes me mad.
It's why I don't like watching Midnight, even though I'm aware that it's a really good episode.
Yes.
Because it's an episode that makes me deeply uncomfortable.
Yes.
As opposed to, and it's the one I always go to because it's my most hated episode of Doctor Who, Fear Her with the Scribble Monster.
Actually,
Wait,
I just
which one
rewatched
is
that
that?
one. It's the one with the London Olympics and they're paving a road or something.
Oh, that one's not great.
Yeah, that was very...
It's not great. It's not great. It is not that bad.
It's not as bad as I give it credit for. That's
It's
fair.
not as bad as you give it credit for. Having just rewatched this episode relatively recently, in like the last 6 months, it's not the worst.
Okay. Angels Take Manhattan.
Ooh,
Ooh.
yeah. I do not like Angels Take Manhattan.
Haven't gotten to that one. I think it's probably worse than that.
Angels Take Manhattan is a bad story that relies
Love and
entirely on
Monsters.
emotional...
Love and
Ooh, yeah, that is a bad
Monsters.
one.
That one's bad.
You know why I give Love and Monsters a pass?
Because it's weird enough that it's fun.
Because it was
it's
part of a
almost so-
competition where they let a kid design a monster for Doctor Who.
Oh, wait, really?
And then entered the Absorbaloft. There's a picture of this little kid standing next to the Absorbaloft holding up the picture that
Oh,
he
damn
drew
it.
for it. And I was like,
And it
All
only
right.
makes it better that they end it how they end, with them having a weird relationship, and she's a brick. And
That's
he's
like-
a
yes, this
human.
man face fucks a piece of concrete, but like also...
But we based this monster off of this children's drawing.
Love and Monsters gets a pass just because we find out that the sister planet for Rex Coracophalopatorius is named
Clom.
Clom.
Yep.
Also, like, it had some good Jackie moments in it. No, the monster was fucking awful, but it, like, kind of proved you could do some Dr. Light stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it was mostly an experiment that doesn't quite work, but it shows that you can do certain other things.
Yeah, the more we talk about it, it's actually probably one of my favorite episodes, even though it's one
I won't say
my
that.
least favorite
It's
episodes.
a bad episode.
Of bad episodes, it's one I enjoy watching, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't think this season has a truly bad episode. It has
No.
episodes that don't quite work for me, that take one step too far or try to cram too much stuff in. All aboard on that. But there is no Angels Take Manhattan. There is
Correct.
no Fear Her or
Yeah.
Love and Monsters.
There's not one that I absolutely hate.
And when it made me angry, it
No
did
Rings
it.
of Akaten. I don't like that episode.
Which one is that?
Which one is that?
That's the one where Clara and the doctor go to the planet and the little girl has to sing the song to, like, stop the star
Oh,
reading
that
thing.
one was bad.
I like the
I
Rings of
blocked that
Akaten.
one out of my head. That one's really bad.
Admittedly, the reason I like it is because Matt Smith gives a good speech in it, and I thought
He
that
had a
scene
good
is
yeah.
really strong. But like, other than that, yeah, you're right. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No, it makes no sense.
It's Stephen Moffat trying to be Russell
really-
T Davies.
Ooh, yeah.
I've only seen that episode one time, and I do not fucking remember it.
I like it. I think Matt Smith gives one of his best speeches in it.
I think I've only watched the Matt Smith Clara episodes once.
They are wildly underrated, in my opinion.
I think I've only watched Clara once.
They go on too long.
There's 4 of them.
They go on too long.
There's literally 4.
There's the last one is a giant fucking mess because Stephen Moffat doesn't know how to end it. We are so far away from Ncuti. It's the thing though of like looking back at the end of the series, at the end of Ncuti's run. It's hard not to like look back at others and see how they land.
It's Doctor Who. You're gonna compare him to the other doctors.
What's wild is he barely has more episodes than Christopher Eccleston.
What?
I mean,
Eccleston had, what, 12, 13 episodes?
Oh, I thought it was like 10, but yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, even if it's... They were 12-episode seasons and a Christmas special back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he had 12 episodes.
Did he have a Christmas? Oh, yeah.
Nope. Tenet had Tenet's first one.
Okay.
So, 12?
12.
Maybe 13? I don't know off the top of my head. It's not that important.
13 in the first season.
Does that include the Christmas special?
I don't think so.
That means, in range of TV times of the Doctor, Paul McGann has the least with one insanely bad but fun made-for-TV American movie
And then
a short.
an amazing 8-minute short.
God, the Doctor
so
Who movie
good.
is fun, though. It was bad. It's really bad.
Oh, yeah. No, Doctor Who movie is really bad,
Oh.
but it's entertaining.
And then Eccleston with 13 episodes. And then Ncuti with 16.
Shit. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess you can kind of count the
Ncuti
last
did,
17, technically.
17 because the Christmas special.
Uh-huh. The generation.
You know, that one's also on
18?
my
I
short
don't
list
know.
of ones that doesn't work for me for Ncuti.
Time Hotel?
Yeah, Time Hotel. Despite loving Anita and the Time Hotel and
Yeah, no,
everything
it
they
was
said.
And Frenchie and
Frenchie. Actually, I just hate the ending of it.
It's really the moment
ending.
that she became the star of Bethlehem. I would like
Yes.
to see you shut off.
Yep.
Yeah, correct. That's where
1,000%. And that makes that whole episode kind of not work
it
for me.
ruins it. Yeah, I agree.
And how heavy-handed they get into just like
The Jesus.
the
Moffat
Jesus end of it.
never.
how about even that came back around?
Yeah, because he's like, I don't want to do
goes
this
into-
alone. Joy
yeah.
to this has been a joy.
Joy to the world.
Yeah,
I collect that too.
I did like that. That
Tyler being like, "Fuck you guys." Back to the thing I liked. I wasn't as angry about that as you were, but I did roll my eyes.
I rolled my
at it.
eyes
Moffat
real hard.
never landed the Christmas episodes because Moffat was like, I need to like literally shove Christmas's dick down your throat. Like,
What?
and I'm fine with that. Just keep Jesus' dick out of it too.
I agree.
Steven's like, fuck your reason for the season.
Yeah.
The reason for the season is Christmas cookies, bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say cookies. Yeah.
Natural born baker.
And peppermint ice cream.
Oh,
Nog.
those chocolate crinkles we used
Nog.
to sell at the store.
Oh.
The first glass of Nog. The second glass of Nog that I always want because the first one's so good, and I'm like,
You're wrong. Nog all year, baby.
Think more like the first pint of night.
you know, maybe, yeah.
God, I want some.
All right, we're talking about Nog. Like we need.
Welcome to podcasting, babes. Cece and I have literally started calling people babes thanks to Ncuti.
I've
I
been doing.
actively do.
I've
Wait,
accidentally
that's
done
why
it to
I'm
people at
doing
work,
it.
and it's not great. I should probably. I feel like I shouldn't. Do
I've
that in
been
a
doing it
workspace.
too, and I didn't realize why.
It's because Ncuti and
I also watch a lot of British television,
Millie
but
call people babes all the time.
oh my god.
Belinda doesn't do it, but both Ruby and the
yeah,
Doctor do it.
Ruby does.
The
Take
amount of
a
Love
lot of
Island my
things.
wife watched probably that too.
What?
Love
I take a
Island.
lot of things from a lot of shows, but I don't know if I've ever ended up taking anything from Doctor Who that I've worked in my
Oh,
vocab.
so
Oh,
many
a lot.
things. Oh, so many.
My unhealthy avoidance technique in my early 20s was when people asked, "Are you okay?" I'd say, "I'm always okay." And they're like, "You're lying," and I'm like, "I'm also quoting Doctor Who," and that would distract them. And
That's a coping mechanism.
so, next episode, we're gonna have still plenty to talk about, but it's not gonna be a 2-episode deep dive. We're gonna tackle my cursed episode again. We are once again going to attempt Shorzy season 4.
It's gonna get good and weird.
Good and weird.
Very different kind of good and weird, though. Let's go back to Canadian hockey players from Time Lords of Gallifrey.
I'm excited to just rewatch all of Shoresy.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do that.
Yeah,
too.
there's no way I'm going to watch just season 4. It's going to
That would be
rewatch
insane.
all of Shoresy.
Yeah.
Heidi, thank you. Been a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
as always.
Thank you.
I am sure we will find you again.
Yes.
I still desperately want to do some old school Doctor Who.
That could be
We'll say,
fun.
even if
And also,
Even if-
I want to. We could do like Melanie's episodes.
We could also do. You are welcome for non-Doctor Who episodes. We don't have to put you in this little box. It's
I mean,
just
that's
that
fine.
if we're doing a Doctor Who episode, we have to at least invite you.
I also wanted to point out that Melanie was like her orange scooter and that orange jacket. She just looked amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mel is a fucking.
yeah.
I fucking
For
love
someone
her.
who was not a good companion in the original series
I don't
for
think that
reasons
was her
that were
fault.
not the actress's
Yes.
fault, and everyone says that, even the writers were like, that was on us.
Yeah.
Mel fucking rules. in
She
these
rules,
ones.
and she owns it. And is it true? Is a spin-off series true? Is that real?
The War Between Land and Sea? Yes,
Oh.
we have seen the trailer for it.
Oh,
We can watch it in a minute.
I'm behind. All right.
In the meantime, we're your generals of nerdery. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
Dismissed.
This has been a General Nerdery Presents production. If you enjoyed it, please go hit like and subscribe wherever you're listening to it right now. Also, we'd greatly appreciate it if you checked out our other shows over at gnpresents.com. Thank you.